battle of Rachel Rohrabacher and Megan Dizon. And we'll see. They're the X factors, though, for sure.
And here we go.
And right off the get, Tyson McGuffin kind of creeping over him pretty hard. Almost went down, and Megan able to kind of recover, too, and put it away.
Megan did not anticipate him coming that far for that forehand, but McGuffin, a great mover. Tyson loves to play this left side where he can kind of control the middle with his forehand.
And quick strike there. So we're going to have 1-0-2 Tyson McGuffin to serve.
And that's an illegal serve, correctly called by the ref. Johnny, talk about this new serve rule that we're doing here at the PPA Tour.
Yeah, keep in mind this is a beta rule, so this is just a test, but what they are doing is they are making sure that your serve is below your hip bone. When you drop the ball, it must be palm down. So, and no, you cannot impart any spin with your hand whatsoever.
And as you said, it must be palm down, so you must drop the ball out of your hand. You are not allowed to toss the ball up in the air in any way.
That is correct.
Really good reset in there by Rachel on that one ball that got them from that transition zone to the kitchen line. Such an important skill at the highest levels, Johnny.
Absolutely, and Rachel, there's one of the things I was talking about with some of the things that have been added to her game, and not just the offense, but learning how to reset. Much better. Going for the big time forehands, Rachel Rohrabacher, unable to execute, and going to be a side out.
Yeah, she likes that two-hander, and rarely does she hit that in the net. Fed coming off a terrific singles victory about an hour and a half ago right here at the grandstand court in a great battle over Alshon that every point was a war. Yeah, Fed with one of the best overheads we have in all of the game, and you'd expect that from a Division I unbelievable tennis talent.
That's right.
And the pride of Argentina says, bring it, vamos.
That's right. Federico always a little fiery when he plays, obviously, as we know. And, you know, beyond the new serve, we also have the new ball that we're using, the Vulcan ball. So just in case those that are just tuning in didn't realize, what's this new sound that we're hearing? That is kind of the acoustics of that new ball, a little heavier plastic, a little thicker. Yeah, we have an update from center court, and that's going to be Jack Sock, the Humana Championship court, and that's going to be Jack Sock taking down Jay DeVilliers in singles, 11-6, 11-6.
Not a shock there, Johnny.
No. Jack playing very well. And now Jack Sock going to have to take on Federico Staksrud, who we're seeing right here in front of us in mixed doubles, now in the semifinal in singles.
Awesome forehand overhead there by Rachel, getting that ball right into Megan Dizon's body. Megan can't handle it. And we have a lost Vulcan ball that got off the side of this court here. And incidentally, in talking about the new ball, Johnny, every game the referees will supply a brand new ball to these players. That's one of the rules that we have this week.
That's definitely going to be a big-time forehand. The Ferrari forehand from Tyson McGuffin.
Off the new McGuffin Yola signature paddle.
That's right.
Really playing well with that. Love the sound that ball makes coming off that paddle.
coming over a little too much there. Tyson McGuffin just going for the poach. And again, that ball being a little bit thicker there, a little bit more time. There you go.
You were talking about how Rachel has improved her defense so much. There's a perfect example of it.
Absolutely. And not able to get the little roll shot over the net. And so here we are still in game one. Staksrud, Rohrabacher, McGuffin, Dizon, just kind of getting that feeling out process a little bit as we were all square here at 2.
Megan telling me she really likes this new paddle. She loves the combination of power and feel that it gives her.
Yeah, and as we've noticed so far with Tyson in mixed doubles and in men's doubles both, you know, kind of a common theme is he's starting to have to play a little more aggressive, whether he's with Deckel or with Megan. A little interesting. He played some of the left yesterday as well.
Yeah, traditionally he's had partners where he has been the setup guy.
A little unlucky there, Dave. That one hitting the top of the net, going to be a little wide, but lucky for Megan, unlucky for Rachel.
All square, 2-2 here in the early stages of game one. Oh, McGuffin wants that back. That's his favorite shot, is that roll forehand. Topspin, he rarely will miss that, but that one was a ball wide, correctly called by Rachel.
And coming up a little short, so we're going to have a kind of a quick side out. So going back and forth here early on in game one.
It looks like McGuffin changed his mind on that shot and really wasn't committed.
Rachel Rohrabacher roaring back that two-handed backhand, unable to execute, but not because she's not all over it. And again, coming up a little short there on the pickup of the forehand. So starting to really, like I said, Dave, at the beginning, we're going to see a lot of that cross-court battle between Megan Dizon and Rachel Rohrabacher into the dinks. And Fed and Tyson going to try to just insert themselves when they can as Megan goes long with that forehand.
That time, Megan just got no topspin on that ball. When you hit a hard slice, folks, the ball can't possibly come down. So you've got to come over the top, get a little topspin. Yeah, Fed doing a great job anticipating that ball going hard middle, sitting on that forehand. And a clean winner. Fed, such quick and powerful hands. Love watching this guy. Announcer's curse right on cue.
There it was, Dave. You're just waiting for it at this point. Federico Staksrud unable to come up with that one, but yeah, over the last year and a half or two, he's really he's always been putting in a lot of hard work, but he's really stepped it up in that regard. As have all these players. It's now a full-time gig. This is all it is, pickleball.
It's wonderful to see. You and I have been around this game a long time, and you know, when I started playing tournaments, there was no prize money. We just played for the love of the game and the love of competition.
Dave, we used to bring our own chair to the gold medal match. Another combination there going in the favor of Rachel Rohrabacher and Federico Staksrud.
Yeah, Fed got that high forehand that he craves. Oh, good duck there by Fed. Reading that ball going way long. Sometimes that's a tough skill, Johnny, in pickleball, is getting out of the way of those hard drives that are going long.
And that one going to come up short. And, you know, maybe a little added pressure knowing with the PPA especially with these progressive draws. You win, you advance, you lose, you go home. And there's Tyson McGuffin getting a nice setup and put away off the leg of Federico Staksrud.
Rachel made another really good save off that net court, but just could not get the ball down in the kitchen.
So kind of a stalemate here early at 2-2-1. And that'll break it, as now they'll take the lead at 3-2 off of a nice two-handed backhand from Dizon.
Yeah, that was just a poor decision by Rachel to try to speed that ball up. That ball was 2 feet below the net, and that one she should have stayed patient and keep dinking. Wait for a better ball to attack.
Bit long, as they will take the lead here in game one. This slow-going game one, but yet filled with a lot of action, and that ball is actually going to come up a little bit short on the serve. So,
see, with this new serve, Johnny, what's happening is players are actually having to cerebrally think about their motion. They can't just use their muscle memory of their serving historically. It's causing more mistakes.
It's the last singles match until we get into our mixed doubles and women's and men's doubles. This is one you're all going to want to see. It's Paris Todd taking on Catherine Parento. Again, it's number 2 seed, Catherine Parento.
And again, another exchange with a come-on from Tyson McGuffin to Megan Dizon as she's able to put it away that time.
Playing Catherine Parento.
Match just announced that's going to be coming up on Humana Championship Court. Paris Todd taking on Catherine Parento. Johnny, let's talk about that matchup after this point. What do you think of that matchup that's coming up on center court?
I think you're going to see Paris Todd and Catherine Parento. That's going to be a battle. I can see that going the distance, probably maybe 3. Paris not playing on the PPA Tour as often, but we're going to see her play a little bit more this year, obviously. So it'll be great for her to get some reps in against the best.
3-5-2.
That ball going to be a little long. Tyson McGuffin with a great eye there. Good vision to let that ball sail. And you got to like the change of who's on the right, who's on the left between Tyson McGuffin, really giving Federico and Rachel a different look. But Megan unable to execute on that forehand.
Great reset. Yeah, McGuffin's got to be careful about where he drives that ball. Fed likes to sit on that backhand. So if you drive that ball right into Fed's body or even on his left hip, you're probably going to pay a steep price.
Yeah,
we knew this would be a tight one, Johnny. Wouldn't shock me at all if this goes 3.
And there's a great drop and setup from Megan Dizon. Tyson McGuffin able to slide over and put it away down the middle.
Great finish.
And now that ball going to sail along, so a few unforced errors here.
I'd be thinking about a timeout if I was Fed and Rachel right here.
And a shake and bake from Megan Dizon, and Tyson took a couple more shots than they probably were ready, but they were on top of all of them.
All set up by a terrific third shot drive that was dipping down and made their volley much more difficult.
That's right. Here we go. Game point. And Federico Staksrud just taking a nice compact forehand and pushing that ball down at Megan Dizon's feet.
I love how Fed gets up to that line and really leans in and puts a ton of pressure on his opponent.
And
Boy,
now Rachel with the forehand roller.
That's a great shot. She recognized that Megan was a little slow coming in after that successful third shot drop and just rolled that forehand right to her feet.
Nice little roll there from Megan Dizon now right down the line past Federico Staksrud.
I think Fed was surprised that Megan sped that ball up because it was way below the net.
And Rachel Rohrabacher just roaring back that forehand and tagging Tyson McGuffin with it.
She's really attacking him in this first game, Johnny. I've seen a lot of Rachel drives right at the McGuffin body.
And Tyson able to recover and actually stick a nice backhand volley here. You'll see after the first ball in our instant replay. And now here we are with a another game point for Dizon and McGuffin. As Tyson McGuffin turning defense into a game point.
Terrific.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yeah, don't hit me on the phone like face it. None of y'all can stop me saying with me like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one doing face it. None of y'all can stop me saying with me like face it. Face it. Face it.
Really no wind to speak of, Johnny. 62 degrees, just perfect conditions.
And there's a 1-2 combo from Megan Dizon down the line and then cleaning it up and putting it home down the middle. So setting herself up nicely. And so getting the side out, Rachel Rohrabacher's turn now to serve. And Federico Staksrud not happy with that result as he hits the top of the net. And that ball gonna...
No, Fed thought he had it. McGuffin's calling it long. Appeals to the ref. Ref agrees with the long call.
All right, so McGuffin and Dizon going to get the side out and take over. And McGuffin just sitting there in the middle. Great counter. And Rachel unable to execute on the next shot.
Great job by Tyson anticipating that forehand, and he was already swinging before that ball even came to him. And there's another example that we've been talking about all match long of, I think, Rachel just making a poor decision.
3-0-1.
That's better. And that's going to sail long, so a really good leave there by Fed. You know, at the highest levels, Johnny, you and I talk a lot about this off the air, but all these players, they have the physical skills. What it often comes down to at the highest level is the decision-making, the patience, the discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. All those reps and all the drilling of creating the muscle memory, also putting into play your shot selection. And, the best ones make the best choices after a while. It's what makes them stay at the top.
Exactly. So a quick 3-0 lead here.
And that one's going to set up Federico Staksrud from Rachel Rohrabacher to put that one away. You'll see it on our instant replay. Megan Dizon trying to block, but unable to handle the next ball. And Megan Dizon electing to stay on the left and go with a dink battle there with Federico Staksrud. That's going to be a tough task.
And that's why I like McGuffin on the left side. I think with Megan on the left side, it's just too easy for Rachel and Fed to target that backhand dink, which is, you know, probably out of all of her choices, the biggest area that you can attack. And that's why I think McGuffin needs to stay on the left side.
Rachel Rohrabacher not able to get out of the way of that ball, and so that one's going to be missed. But then now Megan Dizon missing a return, so a freebie there. And all tied up here, game 2. And you got what you wanted if you're Rachel, going back and forth with Megan. Federico just unable to get in front of the ball from Megan's speed up.
Rachel's dink just was about 1.5 balls too high, and that's all it takes for Megan to lean in and roll that forehand down the line. Great play by Megan. Yep, I thought that was a good decision because that ball was tape high to the net, and those are the ones that she can drive. But the ones that are down at her ankles and knees, I think she needs to be a little more patient with and disciplined.
And Tyson McGuffin and Megan Dizon getting everything squared away with the referee as she looks at her iPad and give it to them, and so they have to adjust everything. And Federico Staksrud trying to tell Rachel to stay up and let's go. And now we're at 3-3-2. And let's resume. And all players ready. Megan Dizon able to go right at Federico Staksrud once again and kind of winning the head-to-head battle.
Rachel got a little out of position there. It ended up about 5 feet off the kitchen line and then hung up that reset a little bit high. There's a great attack ball. Oh, and Tyson calling that early, and Megan did not get out of the way. I like how McGuffin, he does such a great job of communicating with his partners over the years. Something I really admire about him. He's always so supportive as well.
And that one going to come a little short there for Rachel Rohrabacher, so another opportunity there for them to tie this one up at 3-4-2. And Megan Dizon once again just going right at Federico Staksrud, able to win that battle. And Megan Dizon ready to slide over, and there you can see the chemistry between McGuffin and Dizon of having former matches together, one knowing how to cover for the other. So it gives Tyson the opportunity to kind of free himself up on the court and move around, knowing that Megan will be there.
Oh, great attack ball there by Rachel's. Got that deep in the court, right at Dizon's right shoelaces, and makes it such a difficult shot for Megan to have to reset that in the kitchen.
once again, you know, we said at the beginning, Dave, that, you know, Rachel Rohrabacher and Megan Dizon would be the X factors of this match, and right now it's Megan Dizon who's able to attack Federico Staksrud. I
think one of the adjustments that Rachel and Fed need to make that I'd like to see if I was coaching them is I want Fed to get a little more active. I want him to take over more of the court, be a little more active, and try to take more control on his side of that net. That's a ball I'd like to see him take. Oh, great ball there by Rachel. I think Fed needs to be a little more assertive if they're going to get back and force a game 3 here, Johnny.
Yeah, with the defense from Rohrabacher and Staksrud, they were able to get Tyson on the right side at that point. Rachel felt like she could attack Megan straight ahead. And that ball going to sail along just a bit, trying to go behind Tyson McGuffin.
So we are at 3-6-2.
And once again, a roar from Tyson McGuffin. Megan Dizon able to go behind Federico Staksrud once again at the end of that. But a great point from all 4 players and great defense from Tyson McGuffin being able to pick up some of those balls.
And that's
keep
what,
them in the point.
That's what set up the Dizon attack ball, was the terrific reset off the bounce from McGuffin. Oh, and that clips the net and hits the line.
And we have an update from the Humana Championship Court. Catherine Parento taking game 1 in singles against Paris Todd. 11-8.
Oh, it was there too for Megan. She just didn't curl it in.
Great communication from Tyson McGuffin to actually say in the middle of the point, around it.
Let's see if Fed gets a little more assertive here.
No. Well, if he's not, Rachel sure is going to keep trying to be.
It's definitely her style. And I think as she matures as a player, she's going to get a lot better at that decision-making process of when to stay a little more patient and when to attack.
And Tyson McGuffin able to get that down at the feet of Rohrabacher. And so little by little here in game 2, they just kind of keep edging their way forward towards the finish line to close out the match. McGuffin and Dizon. Another one going behind Federico Staksrud. Megan Dizon able to take advantage once again. Federico Staksrud ready for that one that time. So a great 1-2 combo there from Rohrabacher and Staksrud to finish that one off and get it to 7-3-2. McGuffin to serve.
Really good setup shot there by Rachel. And that's what I wanted to see more from Fed earlier in this match, Johnny, where he gets a little more assertive, takes more of the court, and tries to make things happen.
Yeah, Tyson McGuffin putting on some great resets there, but you know, Federico able to move around like you said, Dave, so they get the side out. And now with a little bit of sense of urgency from Federico, he can kind of start to see that it's time to go.
Yeah, I wish he would have recognized that a little bit earlier. Realizes that he has got to be more assertive if they're going to have a chance to push this to a third game. Really good move by Dizon. I like how she recognized that Ernie was available and just got a little greedy on it and pushed that too hard. The thing is, when you make the Ernie shot and you're that close to the net, you don't have to hit it nearly as hard. You're literally on top of the net.
Hey, Tyson McGuffin letting that ball go long as he's trying to get the crowd into it just a little bit. Always a showman.
Love how he engages with people. You know, he's such a great people person, which was what makes him such a great teacher.
And Tyson McGuffin reading that off of the great drop from Megan Dizon, again setting him up nicely, and him reading it, able to jump the kitchen.
Staksrud questioning that, thought he might have touched the line with his right foot, but it looked to me like he was clean. Both referees give the thumbs up, so that is a point. 8-6. See, I think Fed should come over there and rip that forehand off the bounce.
Well, he elects not to, and that next ball is going to go long, so we're going to get a second serve here. Megan Dizon with 8-6-2 in game 2, trying to close out this match.
And that's what I think he should have been doing earlier. When you get a ball that is floating towards Rachel's body and is going to bounce, you know, to the tape height of the net, I think if I'm Fed, I got to come over there and rip that forehand. It doesn't have to be a winner, but it needs to be an offensive shot.
And there's that forehand of Rachel Rohrabacher, but handling it nicely was Megan Dizon, able to reset the ball, and I don't think Rachel expected that ball to come back that well.
Oh, it was there too. He just got a little bit aggressive.
And Federico Staksrud floating the around the post is going to give Megan Dizon the opportunity to extend their lead. And again, the backhand of Tyson McGuffin just sitting on it. Rachel Rohrabacher, I don't know if that was a speed up or kind of an off speed.
Well, okay, that gets them 2 points away from capturing this match. That's the ball that you attack, not the one down on your right ankle. I think he should come and get that ball, Johnny.
And Tyson McGuffin calling that ball wide and referee agreeing. And so that brings us to match point.
Ten 6-2. Would have been really close. McGuffin yelling no, but you know, there's just no time to react on there, Johnny.
Yeah, Rachel Rohrabacher going at Megan Dizon with a big forehand. Staksrud with the speed up for the winner, but you got to look at the defense of Megan Dizon and Tyson McGuffin to even stay in the point as long as they did. Great communication.
Great point, great finish there by Staksrud. And that's going to tick the tape and go long, so Rachel and Fed making their move here. And with that, long call. So 8-10-2 here.
And again, trying to speed up from below the net, got away with it for the first 2 times. And then that time not going to be able to pull it off. And so there's the side out for McGuffin and Dizon. And the
match point here.
And that ball gonna sail long. So McGuffin, Dizon move on as they take